Okay, so I'm entering Crystal's room, and you want to place it on this little stool.
I thought you said the Grail was not a cup.
It isn't, but as time progressed, the Holy Grail became Arthur's Grail. The legends were intertwined, and it was simply because poets and storytellers continually wrote about it and changed a few things here or there.
So that's why the Grail became a cup?
Not exactly. I'll explain more later.
The reason why you want to put the red one is because here it says Arthur. You have to see very well, but it says Arthur, and his sign was the red dragon. That is his last name. So after that, enter the room. That's another door that you can't open. And you want to move this puzzle. You want to use the bottom left, top left, top center, bottom center, bottom right, and it's solved. Now the door to the library will open. Go in and go over here, I believe it is. Yeah, over here. And it's Da Vinci's War Cards. For that you have to go to, remember where it is, right here on this desk, and grab the music. Then you want to go all the way back to the music room. Trust me, this is very tiring running back and forth on this. Like I said, this level is very long because there's a lot of cutscenes and a lot of running back and forth. And then you want to go play the music. It's pretty simple to use. How do you play some music?
Seems to be working.
After the note plays, you want to press the note right after. This thing hates me sometimes. Let's try that again.
The Grail operas of Wagner also speak of the Grail as a vessel in which the blood of Christ was gathered when he was killed on the cross.
But that is not true, is it?
That entirely depends on your interpretation. Grail can mean many things.
Are you familiar with the symbols for male and female?
Of course.
The symbols are on the
These
background.
are not the original symbols. These symbols originated as ancient astronomical symbols for the planet god Mars and the planet goddess Venus. The originals are far simpler. This is the symbol for male, the blade.
Quite to the point.
And this is the symbol for female, the chalice. Legend tells us the Holy Grail is a chalice, a cup. But the Grail's description as a chalice is actually an allegory to protect the true nature of the Holy Grail.
You mean the Grail is a woman?
Exactly. A woman who carried with her a secret so powerful that if revealed, it threatens to devastate the very foundation of Christianity.
Who is she?
As I mentioned before, Da Vinci painted the true Grail. Come to the dining room when you're ready, and I will show you Da Vinci's painting.
The dining room is pretty much just known as Galahad's room, and there is a painting of the Last Supper.
You told me you had a Da Vinci painting that would show us the true Grail?
Indeed I do. I assume you recognize this.
I don't know why that's the point of that, but...
The Last Supper?
Yes. Da Vinci painted many secrets within it. Perhaps you can use what we discussed earlier to find a few of them yourself.
I will try.
There is several things you have to find in this one. The first thing is the V shape between these two
There is
characters.
a V shape right in the center between Jesus and John. Robert told me earlier that the V is an ancient symbol for the chalice.
This is quite true, but why would Da Vinci paint a feminine symbol into the Last Supper?
I don't know. It's a painting of 13 men.
Is it? Take a closer look.
You don't look... You know, I never actually noticed this before because I've never seen a picture of the Last Supper. But after seeing it in the movie, playing the game, and reading the book, I looked up a picture and it was a female. After that, you want to look over here. There's a picture of there's a little symbol of a grail, and you want to pick
Is
that.
that an actual image of the Grail?
It's hard to say. It's almost an optical illusion, is it not?
Did Da Vinci mean to say that there was a Grail cup?
Not at all. Since it's an illusion image, I think he was saying quite the opposite. That the idea of the Grail as a cup is the fake story, and that the real story can be found elsewhere in the painting. It all goes back to the Sangreal.
I have never heard of it.
Sure you have. You're just used to hearing it called the Holy Grail. Holy Grail is the literal meaning of Sangreal. The phrase derives from the French Sangral, which evolved to Sangreal, and was eventually split into two words, San Grial.
Does the word have anything to do with the French word sang, or Spanish sangre meaning blood?
Oh yes, the Grail has much to do with blood, but not in the way you might think. Let's look over the painting some more.
After that, you want to look at the picture. This is John.
That is a woman.
Surprise, surprise. It's no mistake either. Leonardo was skilled at painting the differences between the sexes, but our preconceived notions of the scene are so powerful that our mind blocks out the incongruity and overrides our eyes.
Who is she?
There are other clues within the painting that may reveal her name. Look again.
Next clue is the M shape.
That looks like an M between Jesus and that woman.
A bit too perfect for coincidence, wouldn't you say?
Why is it there?
Countless Grail-related works contain the hidden letter M. Watermarks, underpaintings, or compositional illusions. Conspiracists will tell you it stands for matrimonial.
You mean marriage? Jesus was married to this woman?
Their marriage is part of the historical record. These are photocopies of the Nag Hammadi and Dead Sea Scrolls, the earliest Christian records. Troublingly, they do not match up with the Gospels and the Bible. The Gospel of Philip is always a good place to start. And the companion of the Savior is Mary Magdalene. Christ loved her more than all the disciples and used to kiss her often on her mouth. The rest of the disciples were offended by it and expressed disapproval. They said to him, "Why do you love her more than all of us?"
Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene, the prostitute?
Magdalene was no such thing. That unfortunate misconception is the legacy of a smear campaign launched by the early church to cover up her role as the Holy Grail. The early church needed to convince the world that the mortal prophet Jesus was a divine being. Therefore, any Gospels that described earthly aspects of Jesus' life had to be omitted from the Bible.
Like his marriage.
I think we've got what we need to solve the cryptex, Sophie.
There's more to find in Da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper, if you are interested, of course.
Now, you'll see the rest of it after. So, stay tuned.